But it went to sleep. Okay, it's recording.
Okay.
It's 80 minutes.
Alright, so assume the United States economy is at full employment. Here's what we got. Right? We're good? Alright. So, you would, if it was on the AP exam, which this was an AP exam question, if you had price level, real GDP, average demand, short run aggregate supply, you got 1 point. If you then put the long run aggregate supply Y1, you got the second point. So, it really pays to label. Alright, here's the second part of that free response. Assume that personal savings in the United States increase. Using a correctly labeled graph in the loanable funds market, show the impact of an increase in personal savings on the real interest rate. Now, how nice of you, Marika. They gave you the label, right?
They did. I always forget that.
I know. And they said, here, Marika. Would you like a sheet?
Huh?
Would you like a sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't want a young, like, 17-year-old guy to have to walk when an 82-year-old man could do the trick.
True, because I'm 18.
True, I'm 83.
Ashley Parkins to the front office, please.
Is your hand up to ask something?
Yeah.
Go.
Just like generally in the AP, how much will they tell you, like, oh, label this P1, like...
If they don't label, if they don't tell you, just label consistent. Like, so P1 goes to P2 and Q1 goes to Q2. Okay? Then you just have to be consistent. Then they don't care.
And it's just like an empty, like a blank page, and you just have to write in everything, or like...
It's going to be line paper like a test booklet.
Okay.
So like I would say, for like your side-by-side graphs, use the line of the paper as the, you know, the demand or the supply curve that goes through. Then otherwise I bubble in the answers correctly and just answer the essays correctly. And usually people who do that, like, hey, I said that to Helen Gowan, she got 100%, so I should just keep saying it. Right?
Sounds about right.
And I didn't teach some things that were on it, you got it right in there.
He's doing each one.
Okay.
What didn't you teach?
The Gini coefficient. I teach it now, I didn't teach it now. I think you can figure it out though. Like, she had enough knowledge to figure out what, but you know, she's amazing, so that's another thing. Alright, so what's going to happen?
Ashley Parsons, please come to the office. Ashley Parsons, please come to the office.
Beth, what's going to happen here?
I said domestic supply will go to the right. So the savings.
What's that called? Domestic supply, because it's loanable funds, right?
Oh.
Okay, so supply is going to go
Okay.
to the right, like you said. Alright, so you got 1 point here for the regular supply and demand, and then you got a point for shifting it and label correctly. So that was a 2-point graph. So I really root for graphs, because I think like 1 point is easy, and then the second point is a little more difficult. Alright, if you could just jot down, Michelle, which way the interest rates went. They went down, right?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so everyone realizes the interest rates went down. That being said, they then asked 2 extra questions. Based on the real interest rates identified in the loanable funds graph, which we just did there, will interest-sensitive expenditures increase, decrease, or remain unchanged? And then what will happen to economic growth, and explain. So I'll give you 2 or 3 minutes to do that.
And the interest-sensitive expenditures is domestic, right?
I'm going to let you figure that out.
Who's the best? Quick question. How do you get to the webinar?
Are you on Facebook? I'll take the economics page.
Yeah.
I put out the link every night. I'll put it out again tonight.
I mean,
So you just click on the link, and then it then takes you through, like, you'll know how to do it.
Alright.
It takes like 5 minutes though.
Yeah, so if you want to get on tonight, start at 7:45.
7:45?
Because it's going to take you like 5 or 10 minutes to manipulate it, depending on the speed of your...
Like downloading the,
Yeah.
those plugins.
So do I have to do it at home, or can probably do it at the library?
Yeah, you can do it anywhere you have internet access.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you could do that, I'm sure you could do it off your phone, right?
I have not tried it on mobile, but I don't see why it wouldn't work.
I don't see either, it's Wi-Fi,
I can
right?
do it on my phone.
As long as you've
Yeah.
got Wi-Fi.
But I don't know what plan you have, but you're gonna be putting up a lot of data.
Oh, that's
Okay, yeah, I know, you're a rich guy. What the hell?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're good? All right, Jackson. Jackson, what do they mean by interest-sensitive expenditures?
Is it like how much like people will like decide on what to invest?
Okay, so investment is definitely one of them. The other one is consumption, but investment is the main one. So, if interest rates are down, what's that gonna do to investment, Jackson?
It'll increase it.
It'll increase it, so this one would go with increase. Okay? Now, 2100. If investment in capital goods increases, what will happen to economic growth?
I felt that since your aggregate demand would shift to the right, then the long run supply would also, so your economic growth would increase as well.
Right, and I would state it with economic growth will increase due to increased investment in capital stock and capital goods. Because you're getting more factories and all that stuff. Because you don't want to get into, is it a long run or short? Just growth is going to happen because you invested in that. Did you get that? LB's replacing me next year. I'm retiring, I'm hitting golf balls, he's going to teach. It's great.
I wanna go to college.
College isn't what it's cracked up to be. It's all kids your age with no parental supervision, and I don't see how that's fun, you know? Okay, all right, that's it. All right, so that was 2 points, by the way. You got a point if you said increase, you got a point if you said economic growth will increase and explain. All right, so the points on this is a typical first free response for macro. All right, assume that the real interest rate of the Eurozone increases relative to the real interest rate of the United States. Draw a correctly labeled graph of the foreign exchange market for the euro. Then the second part, the United States current account is at 0. What will the above do to the account? By the way, it's hard to find a free response that they don't ask about current account. Which, I don't know.
I'm forgetting one of them.
Good. Steph, I have more kudos if you need them.
Yeah, okay.
I'm lagging with the, I should start.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, I guess.
Oh, kudos to Stephanie for her lovely kudos display. Kudos to Mr. Wrestler. Jackie Andrews, I don't know any of these people. The stunning senior archer.
Beth Hartshorn, if you're available, please come to the office. Beth Hartshorn, if you're available, please come to the office. Also, Jai and Kylie Monroe, please come to the office. Jai and Kylie Monroe, report to the office.
Seth, do you think these would have been better if we had people sign them or no?
No, because sometimes people like.
Yeah, then if they sign them, then they feel.
It's like up to them to sign.
Yeah.
They could sign it.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
If
if
they
they
want
want
to have the
to.
option
Yeah.
of signing, they can do it.
Alright. It's true. Alright. Assume, so, Marika, what's gonna happen here?
The graph for the euro, the demand shifts to the right.
Okay, now why?
Because the euro, sorry. Okay, sorry. Because of the real interest rates are increasing, then more people want to buy from them.
Right, so I wanna buy euro bonds, right? Or I wanna put my money in a euro bank. So I demand euros Does the euro appreciate or depreciate? It appreciates. Okay, now Steph, the euro appreciated, right?
Yeah.
What's that going to do to U.S. exports?
Increase?
It's going to increase U.S. exports. What will that do to the current account? Will that be a surplus?
Surplus.
So it'll be a surplus. If the current account has a surplus, Michelle, what's the financial account going to be?
Deficit.
Deficit. All right. Quickly, C squared. Besides net exports, what else is in the current account?
Net transfers.
Net transfers, which is what?
Like foreign aid.
Right. And that's something we're usually always positive. And the last one, that's
Net investments?
net investment, which is money we made on investment minus money foreigners made on investment here. Now, in the financial, you have direct investment, which is Jackson goes and buys a Burger King in Japan. Michelle buys a factory in Taiwan. Those are direct investment. And then you have portfolio investment, which would be bonds and stocks. You know, all you guys should be like the cool kids in school and no phones. You should go to college with like no smartphones and no text, no technology. Imagine, wow, you can be trendsetters. Bessie.
I still don't. Okay, for the net exports, is it the value of the physical thing that goes into the account? Like what?
Yeah, like if I sell 10 of these shirts at $10 each, that's $100 that I exported.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And then minus the imports would give me net export. Thank you for asking. All right, Steve Rail, the only train operating between two cities, is incurring economic losses.
What?
Yeah, I know. Whoever's running Steve Rail needs to be fired. Using a correctly labeled graph, show each of the following. Okay. Thought you had that done already, LV. I was going, wow. So big guy. All right, by the way, what we just completed before Steve Rail, that was like a free response, I think 2013. Okay? And I think you guys would do really well on that. You could be really good at stop the red button when we're not talking.
Oh.